Hi there, you found us here at Storytime with Miss Becky. I'm Miss Becky, and this is our friend Bear, who loves to read along with you. Bear has a question for you. Do you think friends should help friends? Yes, Bear. Well, Rhio the rhinoceros usually helps his friends, but this time he accidentally caused a problem for a friend. Let's put on the magic reading glasses and see how Rhio figures out how to save the big day fast. Rhio Saves the Big Day by John P. Curtin, Jr. and Sr. Rhio was a young rhinoceros who was always very cheerful, friendly, and eager to help everyone he met. He was big and strong. This could often be very helpful, but sometimes it caused problems. Rhio was constantly bumping into objects and knocking them over. Rhio had three best friends: Liam the lion, Joey the bear, and Carrot the rabbit. They had known each other for a long time, as long as they could remember. They always hung out and played together. One day, Rhio and his friends were playing basketball over Rhio's house. His parents had gone out and they were home alone. After a while, they all grew hungry. Rhio said, "Hey, what do you guys want to eat?" They each thought to themselves, They were growing impatient. Carrot said to Liam with a worried look on his face, "Liam, stop looking at me like that." After a time, Rhio said, "Gather around, I have an idea. Let's have a cookout." Rhio brought out lots of food from the refrigerator. Then he went back inside. They could hear loud banging and clanging going on. While they were waiting, they all started to nibble at the food. When the banging finally stopped, Rhio came out of the house carrying an oven. When Carrot saw Rhio, he exclaimed, "We can't have a cookout with an oven, Rhio." So he started to turn a little sad. Joey said, "Wait." Rhio looked back at the table and smiled. Almost all of the food was gone. Everyone was happy and full. So Rhio brought the oven back and just left it. Later that day, Mrs. Rhio phoned Liam's mother, her good friend. She asked her if she would bake a cake for tomorrow because it was Rhio's nanny's birthday. Mrs. Rhio said, "My oven is broken and I just don't know why." Mrs. Liam said, "Of course, I would be happy to do it." The next day, after making a wonderful cake, Liam's mother said to Liam, "Watch this cake for me. It is for Mrs. Rhio. I have to go out for a while." Liam said, "Okay, Mom." Not long after Liam's mother left, Rhio, Joey, and Carrot stopped by to play some football. Liam had a nice big backyard. The game was going well when Rhio went running down the field to catch a pass. He caught it, but rammed into the house. It shook wildly. After the game, Liam invited everyone in for a drink, when suddenly they noticed the cake all smashed on the floor. Liam cried out, "Oh no, what happened? My mother is going to be so mad." Liam was very sad. He knew his mom was counting on him. Rhio thought to himself for a minute and said, "I have an idea. Let's make another cake." "Do you think we can do it?" Liam asked. "Yes, I do," exclaimed Rhio. Rhio got the team together, and now they were ready to make a cake, or so they thought. There was flour, pots, and pans everywhere. They were nowhere being done when Liam's younger sister, Lena, walked in. She said, "Liam, what is going on here?" Rhio said to Liam, "Ask Lena if she will help us." "Good idea, Rhio," said Liam. So Liam told Lena what had happened. "Can you help us, Lena?" he asked. She said, "Okay, but you owe me, Liam." Rhio set up a plan, assigning each of them a different task. Then they all set to work. Now they were really getting somewhere. They were making progress, but time was running out. Mrs. Liam would be home at any minute. "We need to hurry," said Joey. A few minutes later, they were done. "Fantastic," said Liam. Suddenly the phone rang. It was Liam's mother. She was nearby, but her car was stuck in the mud, and she couldn't get out. She didn't know what to do. Rhio said, "Liam, tell your mother I will help." "Me too," said Carrot. So the team decided to split up. Rhio and Carrot went to help Liam's mother, while Joey, Liam, and Lena stayed behind and worked on the kitchen. When Rhio arrived, he saw Mrs. Liam sitting in her car stuck in the mud. He waded into the muck and pushed. Carrot climbed onto the trunk. Rhio pushed again. This time the car broke free. He picked up the car and moved it to safety. "Oh, Rhio, thank you so much, and you too, Carrot," she said. They both smiled. Meanwhile, back at the house, Joey, Liam, and Lena were rushing to finish cleaning when they realized they hadn't put the name on the cake. "Who is it for?" asked Lena. Liam said, "Mom said it was for Rheo's mother." So she wrote Mommy. They had just finished when Mrs. Liam, Rhio, and Carrot arrived back at the house. As soon as she walked in, she knew something wasn't right. She started to say, "Liam," when there was a knock at the door. It was Mrs. Rhio. When she saw the cake, she said, "Oh my, Nanny will love her birthday cake." All their jaws dropped. Mrs. Rhio then said, "Make sure everyone comes over to our house later today for cake and ice cream." When they were driving home, Rheo's mother said to Rhio, "Mrs. Liam made such a fine cake, but she misspelled Nanny. She wrote Mommy, but we can fix that." Rhio looked away with a sheepish grin. She smiled. When they arrived, Nanny pulled them aside and said, "I love my cake, and I heard that you 4 boys and Lena made it. Thank you so much." They all stood there with their mouths wide open. At the party, everyone gathered around the table and sang happy birthday to Nanny. There was lots of cake and ice cream. Everyone had a great time. The big day was saved. Bear's wondering, what do you think was the smartest thing Rhio did to save the day? Well, remember when Rhio gave each friend a different job to do for the cake? Why did that plan work? Right, they started working like a team. Hooray! Bear says teamwork saved the big day. Bear also hopes you come back soon for more adventures in working together as a team. Bye for now. Please subscribe.